till my speaker come. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of A to Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could light the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
Come on.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. Oh, I can run this town. Don't you know I got the Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speakers come. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. 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 Going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speakers come. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. 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 I'll keep going till my speakers come blow.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of ain't it Beijing, man, ain't know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this
just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
G'day, welcome back on into another day of ESL Challenger League. If you've been here for the last couple of days, you'd be well aware that it is season number 50 and cup number 4 for Oceania. We do have Rooster and Ground Zero taking one another on tonight in the lower bracket final, which, again, I think both teams are probably a little bit disappointed to find themselves in, but given the circumstances, it's about as good as you can expect when Semperfi is still rolling around in Oceania. Of course, it's Selfish and Pilski back again for another day of Counter-Strike. Pilski, what have you been up to today?
Oh, you know, just living the dream, mate. Going out to the dog park and, you know, living in sunny Australia. It's always good to be doing a bunch of stuff during the day, and then you come back home and get a fantastic matchup in ESL Challenger League, just like this one. A lower bracket final between Ground Zero and Rooster to see who will take on Semperfi in the granny.
Yeah, who has the pleasure of playing in that grand final against Semperfi and probably losing to them again? That's the real question, I guess, that we're asking at this point, because it seems like Semperfi are pretty unstoppable at the moment. Yesterday, that game against Ground Zero, you know, I think we both got a little bit excited after seeing that Inferno go the way of Ground Zero as map 1, but what we saw on the preceding 2 maps, the Ancient and the Mirage, kind of brought us back to reality, probably brought Ground Zero a bit back to reality, and as they now find themselves in a matchup against Rooster, they may get another rude awakening tonight, depending on how both teams come into the server, which in and of itself is a bit of a question mark. I think we have a pretty good understanding of where Ground Zero is at as a team at the moment. They seem to be sort of chugging along nicely. But with regard to Rooster, obviously, there is the whole roster mania in regards to the Thunder Down Under roster with TJP and ASAP going in that direction. So we're all sort of just looking at this and wondering, you know, is this a last hurrah for the boys, for Rooster? How much emphasis are they really putting into the game at the moment? I think the game that we got to watch from them earlier on in the week was pretty messy as well. So I don't know that it's really all locked in at the moment for Rooster, but I still think coming into this matchup, we probably do have them as the favorites just on paper. Individuals definitely do tend to provide a little bit more from Rooster, and generally speaking, they have had Ground Zero's number pretty comfortably most of the time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And look, I think for Ground Zero, did show some potential yesterday against Semperfi, able to pick up that game of Inferno, but the next 2 maps just went completely missing. So I think it really depends on what kind of Ground Zero is going to show up in the server tonight. Would have Rooster as the favorites, but worth mentioning that some of those players are out on the way out of their roster. They are playing out these last couple of events in this year. So, look, it's not only this event that they're kind of throwing as a Hail Mary. They do have some other things to play in coming up as well. So it's not like it's going to be a last hurrah and then they like throw in the towel a little bit. This is a roster that's going to play together for a little bit longer before we head into next year. So I dare say that they're still going to be giving the rest of this season a good crack and see if they can try to get themselves a spot over in Pro League.
Yeah. Look, we'll see how things end up playing out, but map pool-wise today, we're going to be seeing that Inferno again out from Ground Zero. It has been a favorite of theirs to head towards, so not a huge surprise to be seeing that as the pick. Nuke again out from Rooster. They've been picking into that one against Ground Zero the last couple of instances, and then we get Mirage as the decider, which has been also a map that we've seen quite a bit between these two teams. So really the only change up from some of those previous series that we've seen a lot of Mirage, we've seen quite a bit of Nuke, is the Inferno. We actually haven't seen these teams play against each other on Inferno, I would say, since earlier on in the year, so something to maybe sort of mull over a little bit. And, you know, I think the Inferno that we got to see yesterday from Ground Zero actually wasn't too shabby at all. So can they take it away from Rooster? I think it's certainly a possibility. It's definitely a map that Rooster have had their troubles on.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that was Semperfi not necessarily being switched on as well. Don't want to take anything away from Ground Zero. They did play a good game there, but they won a couple of pretty key swing rounds. They won a couple of clutches that kind of went fortunately for them. So, look, I want to see them play another game of Inferno here and show that consistency before I fully feel confident in their map, because, look, we all saw how maps 2 and 3 went.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable take, and I guess now is the time to find that out as we will head back into the server once again. Rooster and Ground Zero to take one another on. It feels like it has been a matchup that we've seen a number of times in recent history in Oceania. Bit of a rivalry developing as TJP cops a tickle there from PZ. Not a bad start to the round for Ground Zero, but as of yet, Rooster not really showing us much.
Big setup in bracket. from all of the CTs. Little bit of util pressure being put on here as charging straight up into bracket is Vision. He didn't really see too much off the back of those flashes except for ASAP putting a bullet in his noggin. Now up on top of the boost, dealt with quite easily is Terry, and it's a free B site for the T's.
On plan. Easy as you like. That's a good start for ground zero. At the very worst, they'll have some options in the next round if they can't get this one over the line, but with that kill on a TJP, it looks like it might be signed, sealed, and delivered here for ground zero. A 3v4 retake is not going to be an easy task, particularly with no kit. Rooster have to be quick about it, and that's just not going to happen. So ground zero will take the pistol. Very happy days to kick things off in this series against Rooster.
Yeah, another good start there on their map pick. T side going quite swimmingly so far. See if Rooster is going to consider the force. Look, the information gathered there by Vision over on top side of bracket, just seeing what he could get. He really was quite comfortable with just running into bracket and dying, or maybe finding a gap. And then the rest of the team just bullies Terry. Force Spy coming out here for Rooster, wanting to fight for this round. Scout in the hands of Chelios, but he's holding on to some extra cash for the AURT fund. Should we go the distance all the way to round 4? Scout on this mid line. Not quite finding a target just yet.
Yep, that's a happy start as well. So chill down early on in the piece. A little more difficult of a round there for Rooster, so they'll just decide to, you'd hope, probably save over on B, although ground zero haven't really picked the pace up into A, and that transition is starting to come through. So, I mean, maybe there's something on offer here for Rooster. They have actually beaten ground zero back into that A bomb site.
Yeah, Juices looking to apply some pressure. Like you said, big rotation coming on through here. See if ground zero are heads up enough to not force the issue into the A side if this doesn't feel right. Did have that one player, Damio, floating around in towards Banana, but he's joined up with the rest of the troops, so it does seem like they want to commit to this jungle wrap, and this could go quite poorly.
Ooh, yes indeed. Juices are only the 1-for-1. But they still look like they're going to commit to this A bomb site, and there's 3 players set up. Rooster could really make some magic happen right here. Got ASAP with that MP9, boosted up on the box. Damio goes down early on in the piece, but just not enough put together. Perhaps more so by the pistoling players, as Apoc Dart and Vision do go low, but they get through that round okay in the end.
And Rooster will have to take the full save now, and this is where the AURT fund for Chelios is going to do them a couple of favors, but it's not like they didn't get a kill or two there, keeping things competitive and getting some extra cash in the back pockets. So, look, next round's buy should be more than serviceable. And ground zero on their side of things, quite happy with how this start has gone. About 2k plus on most of these players. Big charge down middle off the back of the flash, and the nade is dealt with quite easily there. ASAP at least able to peg one back over towards Banana. Position is known, and they're just going to dump Util right at his feet till he eventually does go down here. Nicely navigated there from ground zero. And look, only losing the Mach 10 at the end of things. That's a really, really nice anti-eco going to round 4 here.
Well, that's the start that ground zero wants, but we'll see if they can convert on it. If they can do today what they did to Semperfi yesterday, then we might have a pretty interesting series once again. But guns in hand for Rooster, it will be a bit of a different story. More importantly as well, util in hand. See if they can slow this approach from ground zero somewhat. Will initially be 3 players to trend over toward the B bomb site to start things off for Rooster, and a fair bit of util going to be tossed into Banana, just trying to keep ground zero at bay. Luckily for ground zero, they're much more interested in heading toward brackets, which is where we do have a little bit of a weakened setup from Rooster.
PZ trying to creep onto this line with the AURT and look for an opener. AURT for Rooster in a much more passive position over towards Library, and with a progression smoke over on jungle side, there's not much that Chelios can see here. Not much pressure on Banana, so Rooster gonna, for the time being, lean quite heavily towards A, and if they trust this stack, it's gonna do them wonders.
Patience did almost reward them in that previous round. So they may be rewarded again here. It does look like ground zero, once again, just gonna commit to the A bomb site. That's where a number of Rooster players are waiting for them. The shots initially coming out nice and easy for Rooster. And even then, Ground Zero haven't quite decided to cancel this. They wait, they stick around. Apoc Dud comes up with a big 2K and forces Terry back into Moto as well, which all of a sudden starts to make Rooster sort of hot under the collar. Terry does pick himself up one more onto PZ, maintaining the numbers, and Apoc Dud on his wraparound has been caught off. So it's all on the shoulders of Damio, who is very low on HP at this point, and, well, probably just a dead man, which is going to be confirmed there by TJP. So around on the board for Rooster. But Ground Zero, I mean, they just sort of say, yeah, look, we're going A. And it doesn't matter what you say or what you do, we're going A.
Well, unfortunately it didn't matter because the A stack worked out pretty well for Rooster, and I agree, it was we're going A and we're still going A.
Yeah.
No real pressure on Banana, keeping the rotations honest, keeping the information game honest, and for that reason, I mean, Rooster, you saw just how close that round did get, even with unfair information on the side of the CTs. So I dare say if you did a better job working the map as Ground Zero there, that you might have even had some more success and actually picked up the round win.
Well, either way, it's not the option that they decided to go for. And so we're getting right back into the swing of things here. Round number 5.
Some quicker pacing up behind the progression smoke towards half-wall here for Ground Zero. Now going to further extend their control. Double molly and flash to secure sandbags. There's the retake utility. Coming out from TJP. Trying to push the T's back. Damio hanging around for a little bit longer, but flashed off the line. So nice retake of the top side of Banana here for Rooster. Just trying to trade down utility with the T's. A little bit of info denial over there on Bracket's side from Ground Zero in response as PC posts up on the line.
Chell waiting patiently. Not quite going to get his man just yet. TJP down early, and Chell will definitely be traded by Damio, who was up nice and close by the half wall. That's exactly what you want. Good setup from Ground Zero is going to be rewarded. He goes through onto Damio's position, but Terry is in all sorts of trouble. He doesn't even know if CT's clean at this point.
Yeah, but don't think it's going to matter. You're going to head towards this A site, which is once again a little bit more fortified for Rooster. Double pit setup. No util to work with. Just going to have to be a good old-fashioned crossfire. Beautiful flash over the top of balcony, but Juices is delivering from the mini pit. Only a Thamus in hand, and he delivers all 4.
That is unfortunate for Ground Zero that once again they've made the wrong choice to go toward A. Just felt like a call to go B here would have made such a difference for them. The solo hold for Terry. I mean, it was the solo hold for Juices as well, to be fair. But Terry was in 2 minds. He was concerned about CT as well. Juices gets it done on A, so that's gone a little bit wrong for Ground Zero. That's kind of one of those rounds that they, I guess, kind of won themselves yesterday against Semperfi. They got away with some goofy stuff, and maybe not going to be the case tonight against Rooster.
Money broken now. Rooster, well, truly getting back into the game courtesy of a heroic play from Juices. You should never get 4 from mini pit with a Thamus like that.
100%.
It's really not much on offer in this round for Ground Zero. I think they just kind of got to let that one simmer. Try to tighten up some of this spacing as we go a little bit deeper into this series. They did have some poorer starts against Semperfi on all 3 of the maps. Inferno included. I'm trying to think, did they close on CT? I feel like they did.
Well, shots coming through again. Terry making it look easy. And nothing really of note in this round for Ground Zero.
I mean, yeah, it didn't really bring anything into it, so got to temper the expectations a little bit. It's really this round that they have their sights set on. But now they have well and truly let Rooster back into the game. And the reason why I say let them is I just feel like that round with the FAMAS is a bit egregious to let go across the line after some hard work has been done. Whoops out for PZ once again here. He's posting on that deep line. Oh, has seen the aggression into second mid now. You're already seeing some flashes being invested for Ground Zero. They know exactly what's up here.
Easy. No connection. And ASAP again is able to double down. Continuing on his good work earlier on.
This feels like another missed opportunity for Ground Zero. Like they read this, they were able to read the setup right from the get-go, but they still couldn't punish ASAP all the way down middle there. Now I'm gonna have to make this work from a numbers deficit.
Terry, bit awkward for him. Oh, doubles up. But luckily the molly's gone out. And so sandbags will be held on to for the moment by Rooster. Bomb as well has dropped forward, so not too much that Damien is really going to be able to do here. TJP waiting inside of that smoke to try to find him.
What the hell, man? Oh, man, the movements from Damio there. Thought he was going to get away with something. That's a good pick for Omichella. No way, he's actually gotten out with the bomb. How has TJ let him get away there? That is criminal.
TJ's probably wondering that himself. He's not even been able to spot him in middle. I mean, there's not much HP for Damio. Is that molly going to be well placed enough? Doesn't look like it's going to do too much. The grenade, though, will. And so that will be the end of Damio. It's on Chell now in the 1v1, but he is very aware of where Omichella is. And the bomb's not really planted for Omichella here. So Chell actually has a pretty good chance if he just sits this defuse. I think he's got this. I don't think Omichella gets there. He won't.
The jiggle as well. Really didn't believe that he would stick it, but that is such a Chelios play if you think about it. Another big impact play coming through courtesy of another one of the Rooster core. And look, bomb plant plus the loss bonus stacking up means that you can have some level of investment here for Ground Zero. They will take advantage of that. Maybe they could try to hit a bit more of an earlier round timing. It's felt very defaulty, very similar timings, always hitting in the mid-round to late round for Ground Zero. See if they could bring some pace into this round and try to open things up a little earlier.
Oh, Terry is going to try and do just that as he gets aggressive with the MP9. Happy to take all of that control in Banana. And there's nothing really that Ground Zero can do about it. They've got a little bit of util to work with here with Apoc Dot and PZ holding onto a smoke each. But even if they're going to be given that map control by Rooster for free, which is typically what's been happening, they are going to find a difficult way forward in this round.
TJ pushed off the line, but he's going to push back with some good utility. I cannot believe he's dodged that flash. Very, very clean movement on the turn, but still will go down after taking two with him. Not a numbers advantage really for Ground Zero, but they've got a bit of space to work with and a couple of rifles. This is doable.
And you'll take it, given the circumstances. Peasy with an incend. Don't know that that's really going to come into play, but he can use it to delay. Oh, you just got to toss it here, mate. He does. And Apoptot's found himself the kill onto Chell. Hang on, this is starting to get interesting. ASAP low, and it won't matter as PZ will go down as well. So Rooster are starting to put it together now on that CT side.
Yeah, I'd say more than that. I mean, is this 5 in a row? They started out 0-3, I'm pretty sure. Soon as they got that first gun round together, they have just started to run away with the game.
Yep.
With no reply in sight for Ground Zero. Another buy coming through. Moving away from the AWP. You had a good start for PC. I think it was even 6-0 at one point. Now going to try to go back to some more rifle-centric gameplay.
Well, that tends to be the Rooster way, isn't it? You know, they sometimes have a little bit of a stumble, but they are generally pretty solid once things get going. Damio just going to try and get aggressive up here into sandbags. That's actually worked out nicely for Ground Zero. They are able to take that space. But what they're not aware of is ASAP has pushed into bedroom, so he's got a lot of info outside of A. That's an extra rotator coming over towards B as a result. If this does end up being a B hit, then Rooster are very well prepared.
Yeah, Vision floating around in second mid there. I thought he may have been able to catch ASAP, but this is too nice of a line. Contesting the balcony jump up could give some serious problems, and almost certainly ASAP has heard those footsteps from Vision. Just a singular smoke thrown into bracket side, and even that one kill gives Ground Zero so much pause for thought. They know exactly how much map control they've lost. So this B play feels a little bit too readable for them.
Oh, ASAP could have a bit of an awkward spot here if this flash connects. It's going to go over his head, and he is in between two Ts. So he does get at least one before falling, but maybe a bit of an overstack from Rooster is going to give up that A bomb site. That is an important duel to win, though, for Juicers. Just stabilizes things a little bit. Yes, Ground Zero are going to get the bomb plant down, but Rooster have their rotation set up nicely, and the bomb plant in the end does not even end up going down. So all's well that ends well as far as Rooster's concerned.
Yeah, I think the reply was pretty decent for Ground Zero after losing that pick in second mid. Like, I like the fact that they do opt to go and burst into that A site and just try to catch the over rotation. I think they read that well, but unfortunately, it feels like every single time push comes to shove and we end up in some of these kind of retake, flood situations. Like, Ground Zero are often not able to really go pound for pound with Rooster in those kind of scenarios, right? It feels like almost always it's like 1 kill for Ground Zero and 3 or 4 for Rooster. Not liking how this round's starting for Ground Zero, just continuing their woes on this T side.
Oh, it gets even worse as Homicella eats another grenade. The artillery barrage is cooking them, TJP, but unfortunate there. And that is going to leave Terry high and dry. So in the blink of an eye, this B take is actually starting to come together. Scrambling rotation from Rooster as they try to get across to B.
They didn't make it there in time. Again, Chelios given an opportunity that he can't capitalize on. And you can see the rest of Rooster are in this neck of the woods. A minute on the clock. Plenty of time for Ground Zero to try to bait out some mistakes. That being the first. Vision going to connect on another. And it's just Juicers left in spawn side. Did have a flash to try to set something up, but now he's got nobody to support. Just going to have to get it done himself.
I don't think he's going to get it done himself, Pilsky. Stuck behind a smoke. Might be a save. First round in a little while that Ground Zero have been able to pick up. So they're back after a little bit of a drought to hopefully start to make some inroads again in this half. I mean, look, 4 rounds. Yeah, they can still put it together and pick up 5 or 6. It's not going to be a bad half at all. But there's plenty of money on that CT side, so it is going to be an uphill battle.
It's a great recovery from Ground Zero, though. Lost 2 picks. That was a 3-on-5 that Rooster hasn't been able to convert. Punish that sandbags play, and then with a minute on the clock, I feel like that's just Rooster trying to play with really their patented confidence, isn't it?
Yep.
And they don't often get punished for that in this region. Good to see Ground Zero making them work for these rounds a little bit harder than just dry walking through some smokes.
Oh, already taking sandbags control early in the round. Rooster are playing a very reserved approach in a lot of these rounds. Terry with the jiggle peek is going to spot them out, get that incend down, but he'll be smoked off. And now it's on to TJP to try to solo hold the side. He can only go 1 for 1. It's not really too exciting at all there for Rooster, and looks like it's going to be an easier freebie, really, for Ground Zero.
Yeah, late resurgence in this half for the T's. Plenty of utility to keep Rooster locked out of this side as well. Fair few grenades on the CTs, but Chell is really convinced that someone's going to come in for a lurk here, so this is going to be a save every day of the week. And with plenty of cash on at least a couple of these players, and a little bit of loss bonus building up on the CT side, Really wouldn't be surprised to see at least Terry sticking around, maybe trying to pick some players on the cross. He's opted to think better of it, though. Rooster very much wanting to just maximize their buy on the CT side here going into round number 12. And try to split the difference 7-5, because what was 6 in a row for them has very quickly started to streak back in the favor of Ground Zero, courtesy of a 5-on-3 that they couldn't convert, and then just not a particularly great trade over towards second and first orange there.
This was an awkward setup, really, wasn't it? Like, Terry got his util down, but he wasn't really in a position to help TJP. And once you're isolated in orange's solo, sort of a one-and-done position. So,
Yeah.
see what the approach is going to be as far as a change-up for Rooster. This time, Chell will go over toward the B-bomb site instead of TJP. It's not really going to be that forward hold again. Happy to just sit back in the site.
Quicker movements towards Carps. I'll let Pathan now buy the Molotov ASAP. Playing with confidence from Boiler, as you often will. Wanting to see if anyone's going to go a little bit ahead of the rest of the default. You know, trying to break up the push with the molly to Balk there and see if anyone comes up the stairs. Untradeable.
Faster play in toward the A-bomb site this time from Ground Zero. Grenade from ASAP is going to give him a little bit of a love tap and pushes them away, and then ASAP goes with the flash from TJP and gets the job done again. A triple for ASAP in this round, and that is going to be that 4K in the end as he finishes it off. 7-5 in the first half. It's not too bad on either side, so it gives us a little bit to chew over as we head into the halftime break.
My speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. 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 Till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory.
Jumping back on into that second half, and 7-5 is the score. Rooster did okay on that CT side, but I think you could say the same thing about Ground Zero. They did kind of okay. They might have hoped for a little bit more after winning the pistol and going up 3-0, but end of the day, 5 on T is serviceable enough. We'll see if they can put it together here on the CT side.
Pretty slow T pistol here for Rooster. Haven't seen Rooster move this little in quite some time. Now starting to creep up towards B. It's just Apoc Tud solo here with no util to really work with. Oh no, it's actually Damio. He does have a smoke to drop. And just jiggling for the right timing. A lot of util on the belts here of Rooster. Full exit coming in.
Well, a couple of taps there from Damio, but no connections. And there's that exit you're talking about. Flash, molly, smokes everywhere. They have the B site, so this will be a bit of a pacifist bomb plant from Rooster, but the round itself... Ooh, whoa, hang on. Damio, Chell's just planted out in the open, and he gets 2. TJP has made a meal of it. Rooster are not going to be very pleased with that. It's a good trade from Juices, but they still have the problem of not having had that bomb plant. They're going to have to fight their way out of trouble, and it is off the back of Juices' Glock that they are going to do it.
Yeah, 3 on 2. PZ able to catch Terry on the cross. Now aggressing into Ruin side. Try to catch any duels that they possibly can here, Rooster. It's a messy exchange. Both of the CTs turtling inside of construction for now. 18 seconds. Juices is still on the prowl, and they still haven't been able to get the bomb down.
Now they're trying it. Apoc creeps out, but the shots are missed, and Juices comes away with a wonderful pistol. Big 4K in it. And to be a disappointing one for Ground Zero.
Looked like the best player on Rooster tonight, to be honest.
Yep.
He's had, 3 or 4 rounds where he's just won them single-handedly for Rooster. So, I mean, Slimy, a serviceable player, would have some decent games here and there, but I think, look, overall, Juice's performance, I'm not feeling like Rooster is lacking for anything tonight. If they don't get this game done, it's not going to be on him.
Oh, I agree. Definitely has been a nice comeback from Juices. Makes me wonder if it's going to be a bit more of a permanent thing. I think that would be kind of cool. But we will have to wait and see. By the way, first protocol is going to be, can Rooster get through this map? And it seems as though they're on their way to doing that with that pistol round win. But a force buy-in here from Ground Zero does raise a couple of eyebrows. We go back to the standard fare for Rooster, which is a bit of a slower approach on the T side.
Yeah, just letting ASAP work his magic over towards carpets. Pretty classic 1-4. Flash securing control of sandbags for now. A bit of util in reply. You haven't forced out any CT smokes yet, and that's why you see a few smokes committed here for Rooster. Just trying to feel things out before they actually commit into the site.
Well, similar approach even to the pistol round, where Rooster are going to be allowed into the B bomb site with 5 players alive. Oh, and almost a very similar approach again, as Damien very nearly denies the bomb plant again, but not this time. And so it'll be an immediate save for Ground Zero. So standard fare, really, when it comes to Inferno. Our favorite map.
We love it. Nice punishment there from Damio onto ASAP bracket side. That may be an additional weapon that could be pilfered here by some of these pistoling players. Mac 10s are plenty here for Rooster. How hard do you push this hunt? Doesn't seem like they're too keen on running into what will be a fortress on this A site. Line up for Rooster, but not comfortable just yet. Still need a nice clean reset on this CT money, and they've still got a anti-force to navigate, and undoubtedly a gun round to deal with in round number 16.
Back underway. We need to see PZ and Damio do the dirty work here. Galil and the FAMAS, the two I guess, power weapons in this round for the CT side. Big setup at Banana, but doesn't look like Rooster are too interested in heading in that direction, so...
Yeah. I mean, they've already conditioned a lot of play towards B early on in this game. Smoke comes all the way from the A side of the map. Terry only going 1 for 1, but spotting 2 more CTs is great information in and of itself. The issue really lies in the fact that this push is having a tough time getting up dig until those 2 kills are connected. TJ and ASAP finally breaking new ground into this A site, and it'll be a nice safe plant for Pitt.
Whoa, a bit awkward here for Juices, or rather TJP, as he tried to cross behind that smoke, but he seems to have gotten away with it for now. He's just going to tuck himself into Moto and wait for that smoke to fade. Now ready for the fight. And Ground Zero's not going to go for it. Damien waiting for it at least.
Expensive, I think, for Rooster. Juices still on the site here with a Mac 10. Damio quite heavily punishing. Not really interested in bringing the next round. He's taken everything away from Rooster. So they're going to have to spend a pretty penny reinvesting into this next round. And with a pretty nice buy coming through for Ground Zero once again, they have an opportunity to get back into this game. They're trailing 5 rounds, but even yesterday against Semperfi, when push come to shove in some of these swing rounds, Ground Zero was actually coming out ahead in them. So we need to see that same level of conversion today, or this game is going to be over.
Yeah, honestly, doesn't really feel like it's coming together today to me for Ground Zero. It's a bit of a different beast to yesterday. You know, a lot of those rounds really felt like they were close, but these ones don't feel like they're pretty one-sided for Rooster, particularly with an entry like that coming through from a couple of the Rooster fellas. PZ holding strong, gets himself a triple. That's almost a highlight play, but the fact that he does get taken down will still mean that Rooster walk away from that reasonably happy with the proceedings. This fight could be a big one for Omichella, but he can't win it. Juices is just so locked in today.
Sure. Vision. A winnable 1 or 2 for him. Much needed to avoid the potential soft reset on Ground Zero's money here. Creeping up on Coffin side. Smoked off, forced forward into Juices, but can't capitalize on the kill, so it's going to be on the captain of Rooster here to get it done.
Well, bomb plant was not down that whole time, so it's taken Chell a fair bit to get that done. He is pretty well aware of Vision's position. It seems like Chell's actually quite happy to take a fight. He's really going to back himself here, and for good reason, as you can see. 11-5, and we are very quickly heading toward the end of this map.
Yeah, you might even just consider a force buy here. A couple of kills converted there for PC, but still doesn't result in a net round win on the side of Ground Zero. And you can see them scraping the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. Not great utility. Barely putting together all of the rifles that you'd want to be seeing, and severely lacking in terms of kits as well. Chance for Rooster to once again reset the CT money here and just pick this one up 13-5 after Ground Zero just beat Semperfi on this map yesterday.
Yeah, not looking like it's going to be a possibility today against Rooster, but maybe they can still swindle something in a round where they don't really have a great buy. I mean, they're down to just 3 remaining grenades. Flash is going to go out into brackets. It's just TJP that gets sent forward, but decent trade in there from Chell, and now here comes the rest of the lads. You've still got that balcony lurk, by the way, and PZ was not aware of that, and so ASAP has very happily taken the A site.
Still see Ground Zero trying to make anything happen. A desperate push through the moto swing from Apoc Dunn. Just crossing his fingers and his toes and hoping for the best, and doesn't go very well. Pretty much just closes his eyes and goes over the edge of the bridge. And Damio just trying to hold on to the A1S. It's the last thing that Ground Zero really have to cling to. The rest is just pain staring down a 7-round deficit to even try to get OT together. Probably got to think about what you're going to be doing next map at this point.
Yeah. I mean, what more do you really say? It's just not been their day. 12-5. I mean, it doesn't feel that long ago that we were at a 3-0 scoreline for Ground Zero thinking, you know what? Hey, maybe something could be put together here, but just not the case. I mean, I will say I'm not disappointed to see Rooster performing this well because the fact that they're still going to play at Extremesland with, I believe, this roster, you know, I want to see them do well, right? Like, it's an Oceanic team as the Oceanic representative at an Asia event. Even if it's not going to be the team going forward, I think it would be really cool to see them perform at that event. And, you know, they're looking okay to at least be able to deliver as good as we could have expected previously, if not maybe even better.
I mean, ASAP is a bit of an animal. Very consistent beast at the moment. Oh, Terry's just copped an airstrike there. Mortars have been triangulated onto his position over on Olaf. ASAP hanging around in Carps has 2 targets to deal with him. Wasn't really ready for that setup. So Rooster gonna have to try to make something work on the B site here, most likely.
I mean, they got a minute on the clock, and you know Rooster.
It depends, man. Sometimes a minute on the clock is like, wow, they are really taking their time here. And sometimes we are very much going to go down to the last 10 seconds. Depends how they're feeling on the day, man.
Oh, this might be taking it down to the last 20 seconds or so. A couple of shots on the B bomb site. Ground Zero, not sure exactly if they should be rotating that extra player. That is the difficulty when you're playing against Rooster. You never really know until the last second. So they're going to keep 3 over on A, which actually makes for a doable round here for Rooster. The util starting to come in now. And there's the headshot from Juices. Apoc Dud can't seemingly get much done either. He's just going to go backing away through that smoke. Oh, the smoke's blown open. Juices says, thank you very much for one before falling at the hands of PZ. Omichella's come charging up Banana, but they've heard that, and Chell will swing to finish it off. That is a round from Rooster, 13-5. And yeah, Ground Zero have just been swept aside as if they were nothing on Inferno.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. You're probably feeling quite confident in your Inferno going into this game after that game yesterday versus Semper5. But Rooster are a different team and a different beast. And like I was saying before, I did feel like Semper5 looked a little bit switched off in that map, which you can't blame them. They've had a dominant record over Ground Zero so far this year, so they just might not have necessarily been coming into that map all guns blazing because they might not have felt like they needed to. Rooster, on the other hand, looking pretty locked in right from the get-go. Consistent performance from ASAP. Still looking like they have good structure despite the fact that they're somewhat of a dead team walking, and most impressed with Juices. He had, 4 or 5 pretty big impact rounds that just won this game outright for Rooster.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what are you really going to do? I mean, it's a tough ask there for Ground Zero, but I want to say, I want to say something about positive about going into map 2, going into Nuke. Can they make something happen? But I don't really have that faith. So I suppose it is up to Ground Zero to rebuild that faith for us as we send it into a break heading into Nuke. So don't go too far away. Map 2 coming up after this, and we'll see if Ground Zero can muster anything on that second map.
Here's to the challengers. The ones who don't just settle for decent elo, but hunger for something more. The ones who don't just queue for another match, but prepare for war. You can doubt them, overlook them, even count them out, but you can't stop them.
Right now, I'm with Dupree, who I can see has got tears.
While others play for fun, they play for legacy. This is ESL League, where challengers take their first step.
keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. 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 Till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Chino.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town.
Jumping back on in for the second map of the day. It is Rooster and Ground Zero, and map 1 was a real whitewash, really. There wasn't much to be said positively for Ground Zero, so hopefully they're going to be able to make amends for that here on map 2, but being that this is Rooster's pick, I don't have a lot of faith.
We'll see. I'm going to get to start out on that CT side. So we'll have to defend many things exactly like this. Terry set straight up into the upper site as a bit of a distraction. The rest of Rooster storming into ramp room and straight through outside. And you can start to see Ground Zero responding as best as they can. But in the blink of an eye, 3 CTs are dead. And they're trying to hunt down ASAP the best they can, but it keeps it even more expensive. Just Damio in a 1-on-3.
One plan's going to go down, so all's well in the Rooster world. And there it is, pistol round confirmed. So bit of a better start to this map than what we saw earlier on in the first map for Rooster.
Yeah, getting rolling on their T side nice and early. We'll see if there is a force in response. Do love a bit of a nuke force. Can get some MP9s, some 5.7s rolling for yourself. Does seem exactly what Ground Zero does have in mind here. Even PC fully committing to the Force Scout and armor purchased up for the man. See Rooster not cutting any corners at all. It's nothing but Galils. They very much are expecting the Force from their opponents. They're not going to skip on any firepower.
Well, that's a good start for Vision. Terry goes down. He was sort of just floating around on his own. No trade to come through. Now it's up to ASAP to see if he can get any work done as he's having a little bit of a look around outer. And he does put himself a duel on Omichella, but it costs him a lot of HP.
He'll still take it though. Now the contact towards ramp room onto Vision, who started off this round so well. Galil that he worked quite hard for is not something he'll have anymore. With that smoke timing there, considering maybe the boost up onto the double stack, but maybe concerned that they might be making too much noise. I'm just going to trust a little bit of a bait setup, but in fact maybe even go looking for some aggression and some information here.
Couple of tippy taps there. Not going to land. TJP happily taking a kill for himself.
Still have ASAP hanging around in secret side. Apoctard trying to cut this out as rotation. Patience will be rewarded, I was going to say, with at least a tag. But he's not able to connect anything on the scout. This is a player that's not uncomfortable with the scoped weaponry. He used to be a bit of an AWPer. Missing some sitters.
That, though, from Vision, might throw a spanner in the works unless Chell can find the trade, which has eventually come through. One plan needs to go down. PZ's waiting for him in hut. Juices needs this duel. He gets it. There was 7 seconds on the clock. If he could have just lived there, PZ would have won the round. But in the end, Rooster get away with it. It's a bit of a streaky one, but it's a win nonetheless.
Some nice aggression there for Ground Zero. Starts the round off well. Rooster does their best to recover things, and this key kill made all the difference. Again, it's Juices to put the final nail in the coffin there for Ground Zero. Gotta be frustrating to keep on running into this man at the end of the round when he's in form like today.
Chell's gone straight down the vent. Loves that. Bit of territory taken, and this one should be pretty routine for Rooster. And it is.
Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, Chelios is a pest in the vent. And the rest of Rooster mopping up with him. That's pretty clean anti-eco there. A couple of MAC-10s brought into the next round. So, especially with Juices having one of the front spawns there. Let's see if Rooster do just want to go for a quicker timing into upper here. So we head into an excellent tech pause. It's my favorite thing to see.
Chell's having a break.
Yeah, we've lost Chelios. He's off
have
to
some time
South
off.
America again, I think.
Was that where he went?
I think
Didn't he
so.
go somewhere like Czechoslovakia or something? I feel like it was somewhere really random.
Yeah. I don't know. He's a man of culture. He's gone to all kinds of countries you've never even heard of. And then the rest of the time, he's just playing CS with the AC cranked, you know? Chilling.
Just cranking it. Max chilling.
The deep cut.
That's a deep law, bro. That's deep law that not many people are going to know.
No. He's back in the server, though. We won't have to wait too long for Chelios.
Oh, thank God for that.
I know. I
would have to go crank the AC.
Yeah. You would have been in tears.
Well, I would not have been Max chilling, I can tell you that, if he wasn't here.
Look, I was at your house recently and can confirm that I was not able to crank the AC.
Not in that room, mate.
Put me in the bloody closet, basically.
Yep. Only the finest for my guests, as you would well know.
Okay, guys. He's back in the server. Surely we can get going again here. The MAC-10s have been upgraded. So Rooster very much showing that they have the SMGs on hand, which may kind of prompt Ground Zero to respect an uppers rush, dump a little bit of extra util early round. I'm sure Rooster will be aware of that. And I'd imagine they will just play a bit of a slower round. You might even get little things like if they're anticipating a quicker uppers play, they'll be a little bit more aggressive peeking into door, and maybe Chell will just take an early line into Annex or something like that and blow open the door. So we'll see if any of those kind of little adjustments do make an impact in this round going forward.
Nothing too quick from Rooster in this round so far. Bit of presence starting to happen on outer. But by and large, a very standard start to the round.
Yep. If Damio sitting around Annex Unbreakable, seeing what he can find on the cross, but no HE to break open the smoke, and already you're starting to see a minute 20. Not many nades left over here for the CT side. Couple of smokes and a molly to work with. Definitely a utility advantage going in the favor of Rooster for now. Couple of players inserted down into lower as well, where PZ awaits on the line.
Very patiently gets his prey. ASAP goes down early on in the piece, so a bit more of a difficult one to negotiate now for Rooster. Bearing in mind, ASAP as well has been performing today, and he was certainly the one that we saw really popping off on Nuke the other day as well. It's Juices, though, that seems to be running away with the majority of the work this evening, and so he's happy to bring it back to 4-on-4 with a duel onto Damio.
Putting in a shift. There's a pick for Chelios. Omi Shella is pushed all the way through lobby, giving them some problems. Pushing up the rear here. Juices does not like that. Unfortunately, there's not much he can do about it.
Bomb retrievable, but with 10 seconds left on the clock, probably won't turn into anything here for Rooster. It's just another one of those Rooster rounds, which ends up timing out. Hey, TJP! You've got a little bit greedy there. But it's all good. One round does not a half make for Ground Zero. Still a lot more to be done.
Yeah. 4 guns taken away from Rooster, a couple from Ground Zero, so everyone looking worse for wear after that round. Orb was retained on the CT side, but they're not going to get Shell's Orb. At least he didn't die after time over at Warehouse there, but he's still not going to be happy that he dropped the Orb.
Far from ideal.
Justice for my man Juices. He's been given nothing but a Tech 9 to work with in this round and set down Vent. He's been playing better than that.
Agree.
Give him a rifle, to be honest.
Let him cook.
That's where the juices really start to develop some flavor, you know?
True. All right, well, speaking of some flavor, we've got something a little bit different here from Rooster, as they're going to walk all 4 players down secret, which is not something we've seen from them so far today.
No, not yet. Ground Zero looking to contest, though. PZ on the line. Here's all of those footsteps. Gets sidelined by TJP, though. Right at the last second, he was licking his lips, but he will not get the taste.
So, turned from a pretty nice round for Ground Zero to a very awkward one very quickly. I don't know how they're really going to hope to retake this site. It doesn't even look like they want to.
No, I think a bit more of a one-dimensional retake in from Megaton is never going to be a comfortable prospect, especially when I don't think they had any smokes brought into that retake, right? So very hard to cut down the angles on Windows or Decon side. I think a little bit more sensible to just hold on to these 4 weapons and give it another crack in the next round rather than, you know, embark on some kind of suicide mission.
Well, 4-1's the score, which is a pretty bitter pill to swallow for Ground Zero at this stage, I imagine. Noting that they're on the CT side, they would have been hoping to be off to a bit of a better start than this one. But at least they've got a buy in this round. They can continue to fight for things. Once again, that outers wall for Rooster.
Aggression from Damio has been a little bit more reserved over towards Annex side. He was kind of out on an island there, trying to play with that progression smoke, but quite fortunate, if anything, to get a 1-for-1 in that position. PC now starting to activate, put some pressure on ASAP, spots out the boost. They know how many Ts are committed to outside here, and PC just trying to slow down the play.
ASAP's looking for a fight, but he's not going to get one. Oh, the timing. Juices is going to miss the player getting up onto T-Roof, and that could be critical for the round. See what Omicello's going to be able to do with it. So far hasn't spotted anybody out, but the longer he's given to work, the more likely it is that he will be catching up to somebody, or maybe some bodies.
Yeah, big flank coming in for him. Lot of targets on offer. How much trigger discipline does one man have? I mean, TJP kind of half turning there, cops a leg through the side of the box, but with 38 seconds and some weird positioning here for Rooster, it's going to be hard for them to put this together.
Well, Juices gets the kill onto PZ, and that starts to open up the site a little. So they'll be able to get a bomb plan, and, you know, given how this round was playing out, I think I'll take that as a win for Rooster. Juices... Oh, gets the perfect timing on the peak there on the vision. And so all of a sudden, again, this round starts to swing back in the favor of Rooster, although Juices is stuck in 2 mines. Has to keep an eye on what's happening. Hunt, turns away. He himself gets timed, and now just ASAP left alive, low on HP. But Apokdad only has an MP9. He's going to stick the defuse. He's going to win the round. ASAP will lose it.
You're going to be frustrated with that one as ASAP. Don't know if the damage was commed over to Apokdad, but if so, that's a pretty intelligent stick from the man. Not feeling like the T would have enough confidence on low HP to be peeking out and trying to stop the defuse there. Just harassment from the utility. I honestly felt like both of them played that pretty well in the clutch. But a bit more balls from Apokdad gets it done.
Attack timeout for Ground Zero. They know that this is going to be an important round. I mean, they've won a round. That's a start. But it was only 1 gun alive when they won it. So leaves a little bit to be desired. Money's pretty low. Loss bonus diminishing again off the back of that win.
Let's see if that's
resting on the shoulders of this round for Ground Zero.
Yeah. See if it's something they can replicate. Going to need more success to be found in that department. Because it's starting to become a bit of a worrying trend. I mean, they're on the verge of elimination here in ECL. And the last 3 maps that they've played in this tournament against Semper Fi towards the tail end of that series, and then that first map of this series, have all been pretty stompy. Have not been finding a lot of success in the last 3 maps of Counter-Strike for Ground Zero.
Well, Son said he wins the race once again. Being the name of the game for Rooster.
You stop on towards ramp room. Off angle from PZ. Backed up well by one or two riflers here. They're reading this play of Roosters quite well. Terry just slow peeking into the AWP, and I don't think you're going to be ready for this setup as Rooster. They get brutalized as they make their way into ramp room, and TJP punished on the lurk as well. It's just really a nothing round for Rooster and a great setup for Ground Zero.
I suppose that's exactly what that conversation was all about. Yeah, he steps down the vent, but it's no way for the bomb to join him. So probably just be another 30 seconds of saving here for those CTs. Or for those Ts, I should say.
Yeah, I guess makes sense. Hold on to the AWP. ASAP can at least put together a little bit more util into the next round. I don't know that the rest of the boys' buys are going to be looking as good as these two lads, but they'll put together what they can. See what they come up with.
Well, starting to recover for Ground Zero a little bit.
For sure. Good conversion off the back of the tack timeout. Now a chance at a reset onto Rooster. I mean, they already kind of did earn a reset, but if you do get a force around these weapons, then it's going to be yet another reset if you can navigate your way through a lesser equipped T side here. Then all of a sudden we're not only 4 apiece, but potentially looking to take the lead 5-4 if you can convert that anti-eco in the next. Cannot give opportunities to this AWP on Shell though.
We're certainly looking for him, isn't he? Well, not yet finding. Still hunting for it. All right, Ground Zero are giving him nothing. Grenade is going to blow open the smoke, and that will alert Rooster to the fact that there was someone hanging around at Heaven. Oh, player in secret as well. It's all starting to come together. But still no connections.
Approach from Apoc Dud though, just dropping the smoke and slowing things down, trying to push them into Damio backside of warehouse, I would say. So 1-4 Juices has been left indoor, and it's a bit of a traffic jam on the secret stairs for Rooster here.
There it is, that fight against Damio that they were looking for. He's made a real meal of that grenade. He should be going down here, but he's able to find himself a couple before eventually falling to Chell. It's not enough for Rooster though. Very, very slow round again, and 20 seconds left on the clock. They find that opening pick. It's like, well, nothing really going to come out this round unless maybe Juices pops off here on A. He could get a couple. That would help. 10 seconds. There's still a player on the site. Omichella has not shown his face. This round should be Ground Zero's every day of the week, and now will be, as that is going to confirm it. Rooster just do themselves no favors with the pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of find the right passage of play when you've got a bit of a weird mix buy here, but even that round on the T side felt a little bit uninspired. Definitely kind of just felt like they were waiting for Ground Zero to give them a pick or give them an opportunity, which never really eventuated. And when we boiled it down into the mid to late round, not really quite able to come up with the goods.
Pumping faster from Rooster this time around. The util will slow them down a little bit, but yeah, I was going to say maybe not enough. There wasn't quite enough of a flood though. There's multiple members there waiting on the A bomb site, and it looks like Ground Zero be getting themselves up to 5, exactly as you implied before, Pilski. Things have started to turn back on their head a little bit.
Let's try to keep it clean as possible though. Don't want to give a duel to Chelios if you're Damio or PZ. 4 rifles retained for Ground Zero. Does start to feel like they're in commanding position here on the CT side of Nuke. But it's still a close scoreline. See if they can maximize. Really want to try to get, 7 or 8 here on the CT side. Cannot give yourselves too much room for error because, yeah, I don't know what their T side's going to be looking like.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Imagine that we have a pretty reasonable degree of confidence in the CT side here for Rooster, so every round is important for Ground Zero at the moment. Terry goes down early, another one that Ground Zero have the advantage in. Juices will pull it back as Apoc Dud goes searching in through Secret.
4-on-4. You could definitely make work as Rooster here. Looking for this timing onto PZ, but it's PZ who will find it. Another player to follow up inside a credit card. I don't know if you're ready for TJP to be this close. He's whiffed the spray a little bit too much, though. And PZ has made him swipe the card, pretty much bankrupted him. Over on outers there. Chelios and Juices to get it done here. With a scout, a tag is not going to be good enough. It's got to be down to this man, who's been a bit of a hero already tonight. But even this is going to feel a little bit too hard for him, I think.
Yeah, you would suspect so. Seems like PZ's got a real good understanding of where he is at the moment. Or maybe not. I mean, either way, what do you do here as Juices 1v3? Doesn't have a huge amount of time to really work with here, so it's going to have to get a bit of a wriggle on, but straight into the orb.
It's a better looking game for Ground Zero. No bomb plant for Rooster, who are starting to max out the loss bonus at this point. So I don't think they're going to be able to put together a buy here. Really good opportunity for Ground Zero. Can't blame Juices to go for a hero rifle here.
Nope.
Low-key can't have been Rooster's best player tonight. I mean, I know ASAP out-fragged him last map, but in terms of impact, this man has been crazy.
Oh, I agree. It's been very good. The rest of the team not really coming together here on the T side as of late. I don't know that it's going to be a case of slow it down for Rooster. Hopefully it'll be speeded up in some way, shape or form. Chell out of the picture early on in the piece. I mean, this round we're really looking for a pick from Juices, and so far not getting it. ASAP really trying to jiggle there and draw out a shot from Damio, but not going his way either. So all over the map. Individual aim duels are just going the way of Ground Zero, and okay, there's one from Juices. Still has that AK in hand, still looking for it, knows that there's another player stuck here in the vent, and they're going to try to double swing him, which does occur. Player dropping down the vent, or at least thinking about dropping down the vent as well, is going to throw a curveball in here for Juices, who once again is solo.
He's already got 2 in this round. 1v2 to cap it off would be quite impressive. 45 seconds to work with. Does have the bomb in his possession, but a dirty off angle from Omichella. Surely there's no way you check this line as Juices, and unfortunately he won't. Good positioning to close out that round for Ground Zero. A 7th secured, and now a straight up gun round to close to see if they can get in touching distance of 8.
Yeah, I mean 8 would be quite a solid half. But then again, also, if you let this one go over, if you let this 5th fall over to Rooster, I think Rooster walk away from this half saying, you know what, we've got enough. Which is going to be a tough pill to swallow again for Ground Zero. But very good setup for them in terms of the weaponry and the util, so can't really fault them. See how things go.
All of Smoke's committed across outside. What is that from Juices? Through a smoke, the vent, and the wall. Takes one player down and brings Apoc Dud to his knees. Ridiculous stuff. Now the pressure inside of ramp room. Vision scurrying away, trying to buy time for the rotations. Chelios overextending a little bit inside of the ramp. And now in comes this hit, scaling into lowers. It's another huge entry from Juices.
Could be a big round as well. As we wait for that retake coming out here from Ground Zero. Apoc Dud's at about half HP, but a damage done off of that grenade is really not going to shift the needle all that much, and a lot of footsteps being made, so Rooster will be well aware of where those last 2 remaining CTs are coming from. TJP, he wants that fight, and he will get it, but he doesn't get much from it. It's a 1-for-1 in the end. No chance at a defuse there. And so that will be that 5th for Rooster, which might just be a step too far for Ground Zero. We'll have to see when we come back for the second half. Second half back underway as Ground Zero do edge out a lead from the first half. They were able to do that on the CT side, so remains to be seen how this T side's going to come together for them. Are they going to have the chops, or is it going to be once again Rooster that runs away with things and then in this case finishes it off 2-0? We're about to find out. This pistol round is now underway.
Do have a flash ready to go here for PZ. Movements being made on outside, but you can see the majority of this push awaits in lobby, waiting for their time to strike off the back of the annex contact.
Juices. Not going to find anything so far. He has been the key. ASAP doing some good work there at Secret. Chell aware that there's a player close underneath him as well. And Tommy Chella that will end up actually being the last one alive. TJP has just popped off in the pistol with the dualies. And so Rooster get another. Makes life a little bit more difficult for Ground Zero.
For sure. Losing that second half pistol when you have to deliver on the T side or you will be out here of this lower bracket final. This may be the last half of Counter-Strike that they get to play here in Cup number 4.
Might be the last half of Counter-Strike they get to play. Oh, I was going to say this year, but that's actually not true because CCT will be on next week. But yeah, there's not much left to play for Ground Zero after this.
Oh, gotta make the most of it then. Not really much invested in this round, just a singular dig of Omichella, and he's already lost his head. Damio going to try to fashion something out of that purchase if he can. But outside of that, not really much on offer in this round.
I mean, there is that creep happening on outer for Chell, so maybe a world where he just drops that MP9, but really, what does that even matter? As far as Rooster's concerned, not very much.
Juice is slowly aggressing a little bit deeper into lobby. And finally some moves being made on outer here by the T's. Vision slipping into ramp room. I think just spotted the edge of him. Finally over towards T-Red. The Deagle getting a little bit more involved, but not really looking like it's converting too much.
No, not really. ASAP having some target practice on outer. So really not too much to say about this one in the end for Ground Zero, as is to be expected.
Into the first gun round then. No bomb plant means some pretty light util. Gonna have to skip a fair few grenades as they work the map here on the T side, so a little bit more limited in what they can offer in a bit more of a drawn out round. Might have to simplify the approach on the T side a little bit. Orbs out for Chelios. He's going to be quite happy to see the lack of flashes. Could present him with some more opportunities.
Scoreline's already equalized up. So that'll be cause for concern for Ground Zero. They're having a bit of a think about what they want to do in this round. Smokes toward outer. The rest of the fellas set up in lobby. But it seems like Juices is eager for a fight at Hut. So if there's any kind of inclination that this is going to go towards ramp, you can bet your bottom dollar that there's going to be a flank coming through.
Here's the last few pieces of utility for the T side. CT's wanting to play on the front foot though. Wanting to disrupt any kind of uppers play, but it is in towards ramp room, and Damio has started things off well towards outside.
Oh, there's that flank that I'm talking about, but it seems like Ground Zero are all over it. They have just completely dispatched of Rooster's defensive forces, and it is, once again, all just ASAP here. In the 1v4 this time, door's not open, so he's going to go elsewhere to see if he can find an avenue back into this round, or maybe just a chance at saving this gun. Damio here in secret. Oh, we'll spot him out, and so that is a mighty fine gun round to start off the proceedings for Ground Zero.
Gonna regain the lead, but also retaining 4 guns is a confident way to win things. Maybe there are still some legs left in this game for them. Money not looking great on the side of Rooster here to continue fighting for this one, but the AWP is still there on Chelios, so that is something you're going to have to consider as the T's.
Well, once again, a couple smokes to go through on outer. And so Ground Zero... Well, I was going to say, looking to step up behind them, but actually going to have to throw a second wall of smokes as the first one does fade. There's a fair bit of util being tossed in here by Rooster. It's really not dissuading Ground Zero at all, and already you can see Vision has got up close by Vent. So this round is starting to fall apart pretty quick. Smart for Rooster. There's some salvage and kills for ASAP and TJP. The A side is looking very weakened, and TJP will find himself on the receiving end of a couple of bullets from Vision. So unless Juices can come up with the goods here, with this 5-7 on the flank, maybe this round is already over. We just don't know it yet.
He's good for it. Gonna take the Hut timing, so won't have to deal with that off angle from Vision, but that may be something that comes into play later on. Through Annex. Caught on the cross though is Damio. That draws the attention away. This is starting to unfold in an unsavory manner for Ground Zero. APOC Dud scurrying to the back of the site. Will get the bomb down, but he's got 2 players to contend with.
Well, there's an AWP in the hand of Juices now, and Terry's got himself a rifle. He just gets immediately deleted. There's no armor there at all. Juices needs the headshot, and he's not going to get it. It's in fact going to go in the other direction, so Apok Dud will salvage an awkward spot for ground zero. That was a bit too close for comfort, though.
Those are the kind of impact clutches and swing rounds that ground zero were winning. They were able to best Semperfi on at least one map yesterday. It's a big, big win to push them through to double digits if they can complete this anti-eco. Be a big confidence boost for a team that is kind of backed into a corner here in this cup. Need to come up with the goods on this map or they are going to be out. So that's going to alleviate that pressure a little.
Damio has a bit of a handful here with ASAP. Doesn't even want to take the straight up fight. He's almost killed himself with a grenade. It's all good. Ground zero about to get to double digits, it would seem. There's no real recourse happening here for Rooster. I thought this CT side was going to look a lot better than it has, but it's just been kind of picked apart by ground zero so far.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, slowly but surely they will go into Terry, who only has a deke. Fabio has cleaned up pretty much the rest of his teammates, so it is just down to this one lone man on ramp room, and there's really not much he can do. 5 alive for ground zero. Starting to brim with confidence now, and a little bit of a safety net on this T side is going to allow them to, you know, play a little bit more boisterously on the T side. Going to be a little bit less reserved than you would if you were fearing that reset, knowing that you're on the verge of getting eliminated from the tournament. So we'll see what they come up with here. I'd love to see them play with a little bit more balls and just close this game out nice and clean.
Oh, ASAP wanting to have an impact on this round early, isn't really going to get the chance to with all of those smokes up on outer. But still just floating around. I don't think he's been spotted out there by Omicella, which could be to the latter's detriment. ASAP is really keen for a fight somewhere, but has to be careful that he doesn't get caught on multiple angles by these players on outer. Eventually just going to back it up.
3 grenades here left over for the CT side as we get to a minute 10 on the clock. Is pretty grim. Somebody has got to make a play somewhere. I like this deep position inside of the door. Could be a winner. ASAP does spot them out on the cross, but can't really do much to punish it.
Slow approach again from ground zero. They have got a lot of territory and they're really making Rooster think. 2 players have already pushed their way down to lower. And ASAP will be picked off in the meanwhile, so it's starting to go in an awkward direction. Juices, oh, he's been given a second lease on life by that missed shot from PZ. I'm not sure that it will make much of a difference in this round, though, as right now, ground zero are just kind of winning every duel against Rooster. Terry's going to stick around for more. He's on 20 HP, and that grenade will eventually seal the deal. I mean, this is not looking too crash hot for Rooster. TJP is getting a few kills in his direction, but, I mean, there's just too many to find.
Yeah. Not looking too crash hot for Rooster here. Juices continuing to deliver. Doesn't have a kit though, so this clutch feels like a bit of a long shot. He's making it look quite competitive though. Where is that bomb planted? Nice and open. 6 HP here for PZ. Should be enough to secure it. Assuming he does get the CT off the defuse. There you go. CTV for himself. He didn't need to do much there. And look, he's able to just put it in.
Could have been awkward if it was a 5-second defuse instead of a 10-second defuse, but all good in the end.
Don't even worry about it, mate.
And all of a sudden, 11 is up for ground zero, so If Rooster want to find that 2-0 today, they're going to have to lock in.
I don't think it's happening. Like, they're
I
kind of
agree.
getting booked. I'm not going to lie, this T-side has looked quite clean for Ground Zero. Outside of the pistol, there's just not really been anything there for Rooster. I mean, Juices is fragging. Like, this should be a win for Rooster. If this man's on, like, this is the only player I really have a question mark for. There's not really any excuse for why Rooster should be losing this game. If Juices is 18 and 13.
Yeah, I mean, reasonable take, but Damio's found himself a double entry on ASAP and TJP. Terry fighting hard for it. Has picked up 2 in lobby. And I think he's dropped the bomb there as well. So that's what Ground Zero is hoping to recapture. Chell chimes in with the MP9, and we have a round for Rooster. They have been few and far between, and even that one was incredibly awkward. But they've got it.
And take a timeout off the back of that one. Might even be a tech timeout, as I think we've had another player drop off here. So a little bit more time to kind of let things mull over. A rare streak of success there for Rooster. A momentary kind of reprieve for them. But I dare say Ground Zero still feeling relatively confident that they're going to get this one done.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good spot to be in, no doubt. But I just have my difficulties counting a team like Rooster out.
Well, should be able to put together a better buy than they had in the last. And they made that one work, so let's see what they can come up with this time. Got access to the AWP on both sides. And still ironing out a couple of these little issues. Alrighty. Get back into the game now. Does seem like the orb gonna get taken towards outside. Aggression straight under Silo here for ASAP. Boost up over the top. Doesn't see anything on credit card side, and it was just that initial commitment on outside. TJ going to find the opener there onto Apoc Dud.
Can't believe he re-swings that as well.
And now this is starting to feel like a little bit of a different game.
Let's hold our horses, just like Ground Zero at the moment. Damio and Omichella waiting on outer. ASAP is very isolated. This is a solo duel, but they're not even going to check. Damio has not checked, and ASAP gets 2. Oh, dear.
You got to check ASAP. If there's a player you've got to check, it's ASAP.
Yep. Otherwise, you'll be leaving the server ASAP.
Oh, Bars. I didn't know you were cold like that. I didn't know you feel like that. I didn't know.
Not a big deal to me.
Yeah. Wow.
It's going to be a straight up save from Ground Zero.
Yeah, man. They're just stacking up their racks just like you.
It's Counter-Strike in 2025.
Gotta love it.
This would have never happened back in my day. When we had intelligent in-game leaders such as Pilski running around in the server.
Don't know about that one, Chief. Nice exit for PZ. They're well aware at this point where the AWP is, but they can't really do too much to hunt him down. 2K for 3 of these players here. Apoc, Damio, Omichella, all pretty broke. I am starting to feel a little bit more nervous for Ground Zero now, Jordan.
Don't take long.
For
that to turn around.
2 rounds, like a weak buy, and then a round where like DJ and ASAP activate, then your money's cooked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they're going to lose. Feels like they're going to lose now. I was feeling so confident, and
that confidence may have been misplaced. See what Vision and PZ can do in this round with the AK and the AWP in tow. Tag onto Chell. So it's something.
yeah, Vision is spraying away, hoping that he can create any kind of open. And he's stayed a nade in reply.
Yeah, no armor for the rest of the fellas if both Vision or PZ go down. You know, the retrieved weapon isn't going to be quite as effective on those armorless guys. So it would have been nice to see Vision just maintaining his HP a little bit more so.
Chell on the line, waiting for this ramp contact to come in. Little bit of outside pressure being put on by PZ, who very much is just throwing out some utility and looking for a pick here. But if that doesn't come in, then slowly but surely we're going to be making our way into ramp room. It's just a question of when. And ASAP is just jiggling and holding the molly. PZ going down on outside. That's the AWP. Nicely timed molly for ASAP as well. Any hopes of anything happening in this round for Ground Zero are very much falling by the wayside now.
ASAP's going to stick around on 38 HP, so there's every possibility a kill comes through, which is what Vision's able to at least accomplish, but he immediately does get brought back down by Chell. They will be able to head their way into the B bomb site, but I think this should be pretty routine for TJP to deny, and it is. He gets both Damio and Omichella. And now 10 achieved for Rooster. They have really started to put a few rounds together. Ground Zero must be quaking in their boots at this stage because, yes, they have a buy in this round, but the money's not fantastic. Not even for this round, but taking into account next round as well, this could be where it just gets away from them.
For sure. Good chance, a little bit of a reset here for Rooster. Could give them an easier 12th down to a D and a Mac 10 as well. It's not a good feeling if you're Ground Zero. Big commitment towards outside. ASAP is still hanging around. It does have a nade to break some of these smokes, as does TJP, who doesn't see anyone early on the cross.
Oh, the spam from ASAP actually gets quite a decent chunk onto Omichella. Chell's already set up. TJP's already set up. This doesn't look like it's going to go to plan for Ground Zero. They are walking into a really solid crossfire, and they might get collatted. That not eventuating, but TJP there to lock in the last couple, and that setup was just way too good for Rooster. Juice is waiting for Vision as well. Make short work of him. And absolutely nothing round for Ground Zero.
Yeah, this might be them on their way out of the tournament. PZ somewhat ready for the off angle, but headshot needed and not connected. Not only is it 11 piece here for Rooster, but they break the money of the T side right at the crux of the game. Not like Ground Zero didn't have their opportunities in this map of Nuke.
$11-11. How are the turns table? This is going to be a faster play from Ground Zero. They've got the Tech 9s in tow, moving pretty quickly. Terry here to answer them is just going to back off. I think that's a wise decision given the footsteps that he's hearing. A little bit of extra chip damage off the grenade. Now he tries to set himself up for success, but gets overwhelmed by the numbers. Still, the rotation is fast from Rooster. TJP only for one, but ASAP almost has it on lock. It might just afford PZ enough time to get a bomb plan, although I think he's heard those steps in ramp room, so he's going to look to try to take the fight. And Chell, aware that he is not going for that plan, is going to give him a 1v1. And Juices will get an 1v1 as well, and PZ's going to win it. So all of a sudden, we're back to 12.
That is such a huge clutch to keep Ground Zero in this series overall. Only a half by brought on through there. I thought after Rooster earned that reset that this was going to be their game on a silver platter, but not able to convert the 1-on-2. Missed opportunity. Tack timeout taken now for Ground Zero, who have a much better buy than they were bringing into that last round. Really good opportunity to convert here and push us through to a third on Mirage.
Yeah, that's a pretty unfortunate one for Rooster. A bit of a mishap, letting PZ get away with that. And so now they've got to do it again the hard way. They have been pretty good at pulling it back here in this second half, but one more round is going to be asked of them. And then, of course, the OT. Juggling happening in T-Spawn here.
Yeah, a little bit of a circus act. The many talents of some of these players. Aggression into radio nice and early on. Clears things out. Going to take a while for Ground Zero to kind of work their way back through things and kind of re-clear that. Another close wall of smokes committed to outside, but the majority of these players on the lobby roof. A minute 22. They took a tack timeout coming into this round. But this is some very strange play.
Ooh. Timing could have been awkward there. Vision deletes Juices. AK headshot just making a big difference. And here comes the play. TJP caught off guard. There's an insend, but it's not going to be doing enough. Ground Zero. They are on their way to a third map, but Chell and ASAP. And ASAP might be able to deny this bomb plant. Doesn't quite manage to stop that, but at least gets the kill. Hang on a second. This round could still swing back in the other direction. Apoc Dud playing from hut. And Omichella from front vent. They are aware of Chell's position, and this is a nice off angle for Apoc Dud. Should be getting the kill onto Chell every day of the week if the peak comes through, but he's not aware. No way. Chell gets the freebie, and now it's all on the shoulders of Omichella. Another 1v3 required to get Ground Zero through this one. Smoke on the defuse. And it looks to be okay for Rooster, 12-12, but they only just get themselves there.
Oh my lord. Into an OT now. I mean, honestly, that timing post the timeout into uppers was looking pretty decent for Ground Zero. Surprised that they don't come away with the round there. Just harassment from ASAP over on Annex side. Making things quite uncomfortable, and then a very unfortunate timing going against Apoc Dud. Continuing on with the T side now for Ground Zero. Does seem like they had some pretty decent ideas. They're really trying to play off the fact that they've been throwing these close walls of smokes on outside, multi-layers of them. Chelios getting a little bit more active, not wanting to even let them deny that information, but punished by PZ.
Oh, ASAP's going to try and get greedy for it, and he does well to find two. Trading back that kill onto Chell. And so Rooster take control of the round as TJP just walks his way into the lobby. This is just an insane round from Rooster. They are pushing everywhere on the map, and there's just nothing that Ground Zero has really to say about it.
I mean, they started well. They got the opener, but that's where the riflers just get involved in the action. Ace had that second wave of aggression on outside. Some of the other boys getting active as well. Had some slower rounds for Ground Zero to start things off, and I think Rooster are getting kind of sick of waiting around for the T side to make some of these moves.
Yeah, which I guess is fair enough, if that's how they're going to make the round play out.
Chell back on the AWP. Barely misses a timing. On towards outside there. Cherry getting a bit of a spam battle on with Vision, I think it was, over towards ramp. Doesn't really eventuate in anything. Smoke broken open for Chelios. Not in the fashion that he would have liked.
Yeah, he's
surprised
having a rough one.
jumps up onto the crate there. Like, that would have been a freebie if he's posted after breaking the smoke.
And everything goes quiet on Nuke again, as we wait and see what Ground Zero have to offer for us. CT's just going to try and hold on to as much util as they can, but now that that execute is starting to get tossed on A, Juices will draw out his incend. Terry probably needs to have that incend down now, and he doesn't, so that is ramp room taken. Damio, is he in warehouse or secret? He's somewhere. He's causing a bit of a ruckus. He's in secret, and TJP very nearly gets the timing wrong. Eventually does fall. This looks like it'll be a round that's going the way of Ground Zero.
Yeah, you put your money on it. He's kind of stuck here between a rock and a hard place. Does find a decent timing to make his way in towards windows. Juice is getting active in decon. That's a fairly routine shot hit by PZ, and another connected. Very much feels like they're just walking into his crosshair in this post plant. And Terry, I'm really not sure what he was up to. Maybe waiting for a late flank from outside. He'll be the third player to fall victim to PZ there. A nice round locking down the post plant. Those are the exact kind of positions that you want to put PZ in. He's very comfortable with the turret AWPing style.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent map from PZ. 23 and 15. And what's the approach here for Rooster? They tried aggression in the first round. That actually kind of worked out for them. Are they going to go for it again? ASAP's got himself a secondary AWP, so that's something. And it's a fast play to A. I think he'd probably much rather have the rifle here. He's looking like he wants to walk through the smoke. He's got to decide better of that.
Yeah. Wait for this ramp room play to get involved in the action. Bomb only now just going down, so there's plenty of time to get involved here. Pressure being applied by ASAP, but the wrap of the wrap here, Damio on backside of the lobby needs to get involved before this retake finds any impact, but he's checked well by Terry.
A double AWP retake on the A side. This can't be easy. That incend has gone a little bit too deep to dislodge both Apoc Dud and Vision, but two players stuck in the same spot is not exactly how you want to be playing the post plan out. Chell will connect, and Terry does as well. Somehow they make the double AWP retake work. You have to wonder, though, why has ASAP got an AWP in this round? He would have much preferred a rifle. Either way, 14-13. They will take the lead at the end of the first half of OT.
Nicely navigated for Rooster. Just noses out in front as they head back onto their T side. It's been a little while since we've seen it. Definitely have seen ASAP getting quite active on outside as always. Couple ramp timings. Haven't really seen too many uppers timings from Rooster outside of just trying to slip some of these players down the vent. And it seems like there's some pretty big pacing coming into lobby here.
Damio not caught onto it quickly enough to have any impact there. It's a 1-for-1 for Apoc Dud, and Juices still looking good for these entries. Back to the tried and true. Juices on the T side, getting the work done. There's a good shot in from PZ. Vision hasn't been spotted. I think he's got a pretty good read on where a few of these T's are. Knows that ASAP's on top of Hut, and he spots out Juices at back vent, but the fact that PZ's now dropped means all that attention turns back on to Vision. Chell again is just not having a good time at all. And Juices gets spammed out. Vision, it seems he's not aware of ASAP on Hut. I thought he spotted him earlier on in the piece, but... well, ASAP's just playing with him at this point. There was no time for the defuse anyway, so that'll be that. 15 on the board. Rooster a round away from closing the map out, and we'll see if they make the same mistake that Ground Zero did in regulation.
Two chances to close it. AWP still out here for Ground Zero. Got to respect some of those upper timings after the last round. But have seen a lot of depth. I like the fact that you get that speed up from Rooster in OT after a lot of slower, long, drawn-out rounds in regulation. One more needed to knock Ground Zero out of this cup and have another crack at Semperfi in the grand final.
I think if anyone's going to beat Semperfi, it would be Rooster, but they have to get there first. And they have to be super locked in tomorrow as well. Easy's going to trust his flick.
He's going to be given an opportunity here. Minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Second wave of utility coming out. Will be the closer wall of smokes. Rooster taking their time a little bit more in a round like this. HE breaking open the smoke. Many targets on offer here for PZ, but none that he can see. He had broken the other smoke. In fact, his teammate Nate is the one to give him the opportunity. So man advantage now for Ground Zero.
Bit of spam in there, Damio. Oh, if TJP would have walked through that smoke, I think he had a timing. But this round starting to fall apart a little bit. Juices again will be the difference maker as he does come up behind Vision. See if they can get any more done. Oh, great shot from Chell. PZ swinging with the AWP, goes down. We're in a 3-on-3 and it's now a post plant for Rooster. With Ground Zero still having a lot of territory that they need to cover. They need to clear out ramp. They need to clear down vent as well. Damio's waiting for this ramp push to happen. But in all that meanwhile, the time is ticking away from them. Juices and Chell are set up and waiting for that megaton push. They've spotted the players out on left side. Chell comes alive in the final round. He's been really having a rough game so far, but this has been a huge round from him, and he will finish it off as well. 16-13, and Rooster will secure the 2-0.
Yeah, made work for it a little bit more by Ground Zero in that second map. It's good to see Ground Zero going out of this cup with a little bit better of a performance than they put together in the 3 maps beforehand. So very, very close one, or a win rather, against Semperfi in close fashion, really pushing Rooster right down to the wire. I think for Ground Zero, definitely a team with a lot of names that we're familiar with a quality that's high enough on some maps here and there to push some of the better teams in the region, but consistency, unfortunately, map to map, not really being there. And as such, we will see Rooster, despite the fact that, you know, they are just kind of closing out the year with the boys before they move on to New Horizons next year, are more than good enough to get that one done. And hopefully, we'll see if they can be a little bit more competitive with Semperfi in the final tomorrow.
Yeah, I suppose that's the big question mark that's hanging over the head of this ESL Challenger League Cup, because if that one goes the way of Semperfi, then they take the ESL Pro League spot outright. There is no conversation to be had. There's no final to be played. It will just go to Semperfi because they will have won all 4 of those cups. But hey, I mean, look, in recent history, Rooster's really the only team that has beaten them. So if anybody is going to do it, it will be Rooster. Commiserations, of course, to Ground Zero. It's been a pretty decently fought cup from them. They made it to the upper bracket final, but unfortunately got knocked down here into the lower bracket by Semperfi and found themselves against Rooster, which was an age-old rivalry that hasn't really gone too well for them either. There has been an upset here or there from Ground Zero, but for the most part, Rooster getting the better of it, and they do so again tonight. So no real surprises in that regard. Which again, as you said, sort of leads us towards that grand final. That will be tomorrow. It will be the same time, same place as the match today. And that decides a lot. The future for Semperfi is, I feel like, in a no small part, kind of resting on that ESL Pro League qualification. Because at this stage, what else do they have to play? Where else do they get those VRS points? They're not going to Extremes Land. Yeah, they can play some of these domestic, oceanic tournaments. But beyond that, you're not really getting too many points. So big game coming up tomorrow for both Rooster and for Semperfi, and we will be there. Elvish Grand Pilski back again for that grand final cast. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. So we'll have to bid you good night and see you tomorrow.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude.